Kim, I was just wondering if you have an update on Alyssa's status, if she's back with you guys in practice this week.
No update right now.
How has practice been this week?
We've strung good practices together, so I think hopefully we're headed in the right direction. Again, it's going to continue to take time. We gotta see some shots go in, hopefully on Thursday.
What are maybe some of those internal goals you have, like for yourself when you're looking at practice, that makes you confident, like, okay, we're having a good practice because we're meeting these goals or we're seeing improvement here?
Yeah, I think being able to play through mistakes. I think you obviously see some walls on the floor where we just lose our minds for a second, and it's just this horrendous basketball, and cutting those down in practice while still having a high volume practice, seeing more shots go in, taking quality shots, having our pressure look the way it should look.
How do you go about prioritizing? It's a marathon, not a sprint for the season. How do you prioritize when you have a week like this with multiple days, time on task for what's most important for you, or is it a little bit of everything, or do you prioritize?
Yeah, I think right now the biggest thing is our offense. Everything seems to go around that. When we're hitting shots, we're playing a little bit harder, our defense looks better, we have higher energy. The mistakes tend to be not as obvious because the shot's going in. So we're really working on that, but we're trying to fix everything all at once, and I think you have windows in your schedule that allow for that, and no.
Where do you feel like that half-court offense is right now coming up the last game?
It's trending up, but there are some times where it still kind of looks where we're not making the right read out. And then again, we cut our offense up after our last game, and we had a lot of wide open threes that we didn't hit, and so just like if we hit a couple of those, then our offense doesn't look as bad. So continuing to shoot the ball with confidence, making the right play, not trying to drive on top of two people, communicating, being on the same page. There are times where we just look like five people on the floor, or maybe two people are communicating, but having all five players be in sync.
Did you see anybody step up communication-wise during this week of practice on your team?
I think everyone has, and we've made them do it.
Throughout your coaching career, have you had a team that has been so new, and then based on that, how long did it take before they felt like connected?
I have. This team very much reminds me of my last Division II team in Glenville. I think we had 12 or 13 new players, and it took a lot of time. And so I am going back and I am comparing notes between that team, and we are right on pace for how upset we are, how uncomfortable we are, how we are kind of in this dark space where we just need to push through it, get over the hump, and again, when the ball goes in, a lot of things are going to change.
How do you manage your patience with it? Knowing that you've been through this before, how do you help keep the patience that you know it's coming, it's just going to take a while?
Yeah, it's a fine line, because I know that this is normal, but I can't just be like, oh, this is normal, we'll figure it out. We still have to do things to figure it out. We still have to move with a sense of urgency. This is not okay, this is not acceptable, we're not going to win like this. We have to move like we have to make some changes and fix it, and your players have to believe that. Your players have to stay the course and understand that all of their numbers and everything that they are doing right now is only going to get better. And you break that down, you explain that to them, and you continue to move forward, and I'm thankful for this week that we have been able to work on some things.
Do you feel like this group is responsive to coaching the way that you want them to be at this point early on with so many newcomers?
Yeah, I think so. I think they want to win, and they're focused on that, and that's what's most important.
Where do you think the team made the most progress in this last week?
I think with their energy and their effort. And I think when you have you're a young person, you have a long week of practice, and there's really not a game in sight, and you just see that on a schedule, it's easy just to mope and whine and complain and make excuse after excuse. But they came in, they wanted to get better, they know they want to get better, and that makes my job a lot easier, that I don't have to pull it out of them, that they're receptive to it.
How do you deal with youth, especially at the point guard position this early in the year?
I don't really see it as a problem. Our youth is a problem. I think our young ones are doing great for us.
Several players at Media Days kind of mentioned the belief that you have in them and what it means to them. Why is it so important for you to express that belief day after day in them to give them confidence?
Yeah, I think everything I say to them is true. Sometimes I tell them they're bad, sometimes I tell them they're great. It's going to be honest for me 100% of the time, and I think it's really easy to miss a couple shots or have a bad day and to go inward and think that, oh, I'm not very good, or I'm not meeting this person, and you live in a world of comparison. And no, you're right on pace, you're doing what you need to be doing. If the ball's not going in the hole, go do something else.
Where do you think this team is at with roles in terms of maybe embracing that or feeling confident and knowing what it is and seeing that translate on the court?
I think we're getting there. I think our big dogs are kind of established. I think we have a few more people that could probably work their way up, and then everyone else needs to raise their floor. So we've talked a lot about ceiling floor. You guys are getting a front row seat to our floor, right? That's where we are right now, and we're just going to continue to try to move that up as individual players and as a team.
How much do you think that this week's practice is going to translate Thursday, and what do you expect from that game?
I would love it to translate, but it's not like we're going to play a cupcake. It's not like we're going somewhere and it's not going to be sold out of fans that are booing against us. So it's going to be a really big test. We need to make sure that we are ready for it. We respect that opponent. We know it's going to be a really hard game. It's not a game that you would normally want on your schedule right now, but again, you want to play the top teams. You want to get better. So I hope it translates, but you never know.
What's the biggest challenge that MTSU presents right now?
I mean, they're very well coached. They run their sets very well. They're very good defensively. I think the biggest thing for us is we're going to go into a hostile environment. We need to be mentally tough enough to handle it when the shots aren't going in, when things aren't going our way, when the calls aren't going our way. Just play through it, handle it.
Jada Sybil was a player that a lot of the players at Media Day said that really impressed them, especially the older girls. What has really impressed you about her so far?
Yeah, she's a competitor. She makes everyone around her better. She holds people accountable. She's not afraid of anyone. She wants to win. And I think my biggest appreciation for her is it's never about her. It's never about her getting shots. It's never about her playing. It's never about how she feels. It's always about, hey, how can we win? How can we win? How can we win? And I think that's fantastic for a freshman to come in and have that about her.
Coach, there's always a lot of talk about your defense and your style of play defensively. How hard for newcomers, high school players, is it to adjust to your offensive style compared to the defensive style that everybody seems to always want to talk about?
Yeah, I think that we are in that phase right now. So it's been really nice with our newcomers because they all wanted to press. They were all aggressive. They all were athletic. They all had that mindset. It wasn't hard for them to really get up and do that. It is a little bit hard at times when you're in the back wanting to rotate forward. But offensively has taken some time of when to shoot at pace, when to shoot when you're tired, when to shoot quick, who should get the shots, what's a good shot, what's a bad shot, and especially when it's early in the season and everyone's still trying to prove themselves. Everyone is still trying to kind of jockey for position, and we just need to settle in and take good shots and know where we're at in the shot clock, know who should get the ball, know when a quick three is good, when a quick three is bad. Just continue to educate in real time.
How hard is shot selection when they all have the green light? How hard is shot selection to understand good shot, bad shot in your offense, particularly with newcomers?
It takes a lot of time to figure it out, and you have to do a lot of film of where they're taking accountability. Was this a good shot or was this a bad shot? Was this good offense or was this bad offense? And that's what we did from our last game. But they all had to say, no, this was bad. No, this was good. No, this was bad. Okay, so you know the difference. So why are we going on the floor and we're continuing to run bad offense? You see what it is. You know what it is. So let's make a change in real time.
What emphasis are you continuing to put on movement without the ball?
Yeah, moving, talking, communicating, again, making sure we're on the same page. If one person moves but nobody knows they moved, it doesn't help us. If one person sets a screen but nobody knows that they set that screen, it does not help us. If we are wide open in the corner and we are trying to drive on three people and we don't talk and we can't see that, it does not help us. So making sure that we are on the same page, we're talking, we're running offense together, not 1-on-5.
Where do you feel like Jersey is right now?
She's had some good practices.
You guys signed a couple, 2026 players last week. Olivia Edwards is one that ESPN said arguably has the highest ceiling in the class. Just what's so special about her and the potential you see for her here?
Yeah, I think both of them are going to do great things for us, and I think that she can be, and again, I think what we've proven it this year is that we're going to trust our freshmen, we're going to build around our freshmen, we're going to put them on the floor. There's not a lot of freshmen in the country that are getting the opportunity that our freshmen are. So we're going to continue to do that with people that we bring in and let them learn and let them figure it out, and then she'll be one that I think will be special to watch. She's a great kid. She wants to get better. She wants to win. She is selfless in every aspect of, hey, we need to do what it takes to win, and to do that at a young age, especially when she has had the attention and notoriety around her, it speaks volumes to her character.
What do you think Gabby's a good fit for what you guys want to do here?
Yeah, absolutely. She's athletic. She can move. She can run. She's a 3-level scorer. Obviously, she's coming off of an injury, but I think that she'll be able to step in and help right away, too.
All right, thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.